heart rate dropped, my heart rate dropped. They flipped me on my left side and I felt everything. The epidural did not work. Epidural worked. I can feel everything. Let's fast forward 9 months. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. I am a photographer and content creator here on 38 in Florida, and I'm so excited for today's, it's not really a vlog, more of like a chit chat, a how we've been doing type thing. I am doing a birth story recap because I never actually did one, and then a 9 months postpartum update of how everything's going. Full transparency, he's 10 months. He turned 10 months yesterday, but it's pretty much still a 9-month recap. We are at a new park we're gonna check out as soon as I'm done filming this video. He just ate, so we're just kind of chilling in the car. His favorite place to be right now is the steering wheel. He loves playing right here. Just gonna throw this on the steering wheel and see if he Alright, so let's just get into it. Like I said, this is just gonna be a really quick like recap type of video. Let's take it back to May 10th, 2023 at 11 p.m. I was nervous. I was so nervous. I went into the hospital. I got induced at 39 weeks and 6 days, and I was so nervous. I literally cried on the way to the hospital because I was just so scared to give birth. It was a huge fear of mine, big anxiety of mine, and it turned out to be one of the most empowering and incredible experiences I've ever gone through, besides breastfeeding, but that's gonna be a whole different story. So I got induced on May 10th at 11 p.m. that night, and all day of May 11th I labored. So I labored in total for like 28 hours, I think. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, obviously, but it was just so tiring. I was exhausted. I was so hungry by the end of it, but it was also the biggest adrenaline rush. Try and make this super short because I was gonna do a whole in-depth birth video, but I decided I kind of wanted to keep all the details of it just to us, but I'll share a few things that really helped my birth. So for starters, I hired a doula, and she was the best thing that has ever that happened during my pregnancy and during the birth. She was absolutely amazing, and I don't think I could have gone all the way without her to help me. She helped me the tools I needed, just like when I was pushing or different positions or breathing techniques. She had a bunch of different like toys for me to use. Thing that helped me during birth. So I labored until almost 7 p.m. that night with no epidural, and I got up to a 6 centimeters dilated. This is gonna be kind of chaotic. Break time. Let's do a little snack. These little teething wafers are his favorite. You see how he's like freaking out? The best things that I used during birth was actually a TENS unit. We put it on my lower back, and it helped so much during contractions, because when I had a contraction I would up it, and the vibrating kind of just like made me dissociate the contraction. Highly recommend it. And then also my doula had it was like a ball with spikes on it, and anytime I had a contraction I'd squeeze the ball, and that helped a lot. I know a lot of people say a comb. I forgot to bring a comb, so I'm glad that she had that ball for me to use, and it definitely worked. I also used clary sage on massage points. You can look it up. I think that actually worked. I did eat like 3 popsicles during the whole thing, and drink apple juice, and I think those things like really helped me push through because I was so hungry. Eye mask was postpartum, and eye mask was like my husband's favorite thing, but for me during labor and during my contractions, when I just needed to focus, I would put my eye mask on, and it really helped me. Now, this is controversial, I know, but honestly having people in the room with me helped me a ton. I was so grateful that my family and Samuel's family drove in for their birth, because having people in the room talking really helped distract me, and when I had a contraction I could just close my eyes and be quiet, but it really helped knowing I wasn't alone. I'm that type of person, I don't like to be alone, so that really did help me through that time. So I labored pretty much all day. Like I said, just did different things, and honestly the biggest thing you have to work on is your breathing. I worked on my breathing. I did breathing techniques for weeks. I did breathing tutorials. The breathing and bouncing on the ball helped me so much.
Wow.
And then once I started getting kind of brave, I started walking the halls, and it hurt, but it definitely helped. I will say when I had a contraction, I would squat, and that helped me go faster, and it did hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt really bad, but squatting during a contraction and walking helped so much. I watched a YouTube video before I went to labor, and the lady said that motion is lotion when you're in labor, and I just kept telling myself that motion is lotion and I can't stop moving if I want this baby to get out of me. So I literally did not sit still. Everyone kept telling me like, lay down, rest, and I'm like, no, I have to keep moving. I have to keep bouncing on this ball. I have to keep walking. I can't sit still or I'm not gonna progress. As much as I wanted a natural birth, and not because I'm whatever, I personally just wanted a natural birth. I kind of did. I did end up getting the epidural around, I want to say it was like 8 p.m. that night, because honestly I was handling the contractions. But oh my god, my back labor was excruciating, y'all. Like I have never even felt pain. It was worse than like pushing him out. The back labor was excruciating. So I had got up to go walk the halls, and I couldn't even walk, and I told Samuel, I was like, I have got to get the epidural, and it was the scariest thing in my life. I did not want to get it, so I was just so scared of the needle. I didn't want to get paralyzed, like just so many things I was scared of. It was fine. It honestly didn't hurt. You feel the pressure. It's kind of freaky. It wasn't that bad. But I did get the epidural, and as soon as they were done giving me the epidural, they laid me down. They were like, okay, now you can relax. And as soon as they did that, his heart rate dropped, my heart rate dropped. They flipped me on my left side, and they were like, oh my gosh, a bunch of nurses came in, and they were like, here's some oxygen. I heard someone say like, I can't find baby's heartbeat. I was freaking out. I was freaking out, but it lasted, I don't even know how long, but it ended up being fine. And then I did some positions with the peanut ball, but then like maybe 15 minutes later, I called my nurse and I was like, hey, I'm feeling like pain. And she was like, oh, that's weird. And then like 10 minutes later, I couldn't even sit on my butt. She tried to pick me up so I could labor like sitting, and I literally couldn't even do it. I could feel everything. I kept telling her, I was like, I don't think this epidural worked. I can feel everything. And she was like, what do you mean, or whatever? And I was like, I looked at my nurse and I was like, can I get on all fours? Because I can't sit on my butt. And she was like, well, you got the epidural. And before she could even finish her sentence, I flipped. So I labored on all fours for the ring of fire while he was coming down the birth canal. And I felt everything. The epidural did not work. I felt it all. And it hurt, but he's worth it. So I labored like that for probably like, oh my gosh, it felt like 50 hours. But it was probably just like 2 hours. And then I was ready to push, and I had him and everything, and it hurt. It was, our women are amazing. Our bodies are incredible. And honestly, just focusing on my breathing helped me tremendously. It's kind of like my birth story recap. Honestly, after that, as soon as I was done having him, I had to use the bathroom, weirdly enough, like right after, even though I had a catheter from the epidural. As soon as I was done laboring, I was like, I have to pee. And I walked to the bathroom after like it was all done and went and used the bathroom. Postpartum experience was fine. He did really good the 2 nights in the hospital. The first night home was extremely rough, but it got better. And yeah, it was, I still can't believe like I went through all of that almost a year ago. It's crazy time is crazy. They grow so fast. It was definitely an experience I will never ever forget. I am so grateful for, like I said, my family being there in the laboring room, or in the delivery room. I actually had my mom and my sister stay, and I'm so incredibly grateful they were there during that time, because I don't think I could have got it done without them. And of course Samuel, my rock, he was just so encouraging the whole day, and just so helpful through everything. So that's pretty much my birth recap summed up. Let's fast forward 9 months and a few days into 10 months. Motherhood is crazy, y'all. The emotions, wild. I knew, because obviously I have friends who are mothers and stuff like that, but the love I have for this tiny little human is insane. And I have just really loved watching each milestone happen, but also learning about each milestone, if that makes sense. Like, especially when they were little, I had downloaded the app, the Wonder Weeks, and really learning about what they were going through every single week helped me understand him so well. And I'm so grateful I did that, because even to this day he'll be acting weird and I'm like, what's going on? And I look at the app and I'm like, oh, developmentally this is where you're at. So we're doing great. Breastfeeding has been a journey. Like I said, I'm gonna make a whole video on that as well, but he is still exclusively breastfed, and we're finally at a really good place at it. It took almost 6 months though. It was, I'm not gonna lie, harder than birth. Like, it was painful, it was tiring, exhausting, emotional, all the things. Hardest thing right now has been probably teething and figuring out naps. Has probably been teething and figuring out his sleep. He's a very, very inconsistent napper, but also nighttime sleeper. Sleep has never been his good thing. For a while, he was only napping for like 30 minutes at a time. And then lately, he's been taking 3-hour naps. So it's kind of a hit or miss. I feel like my sleep has gotten better though. For a while, my sleep was horrible, and I was going through just like I was very sleep deprived. I had a lot of postpartum rage, not towards him, but just towards anything else. To sum up this really quick video, I just wanted to give some of my thoughts on motherhood so far and birth. And I think the biggest thing right now is I at first was trying so hard to do everything the right way, trying to get on a schedule like most first moms do. And the moment that I just stopped worrying about that and followed his lead was when everything got better. We're gonna go enjoy this new park. I think that was everything I kind of wanted to say. If you're new here, make sure you're following us on Instagram. It's at Hello Samantha Bailey. I share daily about motherhood, photography, small business life, content creator life, everything under the sun, and I would love for you to be a part of that little community. So I love you guys so much, and I hope you'll have a great day. Okay, love you. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.